So how much does performance impact game reviews scores, right? Even though nowadays, lately, let's say the last 2 to 3 years, maybe even more than that, there have been so many stories of games, like big budget games, releasing in a really poor state as far as performance optimization goes, right? Very poor. We've seen Cyberpunk, we've seen many others. Okay, Cyberpunk being the biggest offender in this aspect, right? But how much do that thing impact the game scores? As you can see, Jedi Survivor has an average OpenCritic score of 86, okay, which is weird. It's not weird. It's actually understandable from like a business perspective, from like media perspective, but it's bad. This is bad. The fact that, oh shit, what did I do? Let's go back. Go back. Okay. This is super bad. The fact that this is an 86 Metascore is bad. It's bad because it sets a precedent. It's not the first game that does it. This is actually like just reflects a trend. It's not setting a precedent. It's just like reflecting a very, very bad trend in game reviews, which the fact that these games runs like ass on everything. It has really, really big visual issues, like visible performance issues, both on consoles is a travesty, and on PCs. You can get the biggest, like most expensive PC build you can get. My friend has 5900X processor, like 12 core monster, and a 4090. Okay, $2,000 or euros, whatever you use to buy stuff, graphics card, and the games that can't even manage to get steady 60 frames per second on that system, and I'm not talking just 4K, right? Even on lower resolution, it's hell basically. How can a game that launches in that state get this kind of critic score, right? All of these media outlets have said something about the performance, right? All of these, everybody here said something about performance, right? Said that performance were bad, all right? PC Gamer, yeah, right. Probably one of the most performance focus outlets that does game reviews, gave it an 80, which is too freaking much for a game that runs like that. Too freaking much. This is a big problem in the gaming industry because what this score tells to the developers, and especially to the publishers of these games, is that they can release the game in this state and sell no matter what. All right? So, for example, let's take Redfall, since it has just been released and reviewed. So you say Redfall, it's a 63 OpenCritic score, right? That game also has performance issues, not as bad as Jedi Survivor. Is not as good looking though. But no matter what, they got 63, not for the performance issues. Performance issues were something that was mentioned in the reviews, of course, because they do mention it. But it got 63 because it actually is a bad game, right? So the game loop is not fun, the world is empty, and stuff like that, right? Good reasons to get bad scores in reviews. But if I were one of these guys. So if I did write game reviews, my scale would be so different from everything else you're seeing here. Probably in my review scale, Redfall would get even less than 63 out of 100. You know, and it's not because I'm down on the game. I want to be harsh on it. That's not the case. I actually wanted the Redfall to do good, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. I would have scored the Redfall even worse because I would have scored Jedi Survivor much lower than this. And how come is that? So Star Wars Jedi Survivor is actually a good game. And it actually has a good gameplay loop, nice combat, nice exploration, nice visuals, probably even a nicer story, probably a better story than the first one. I don't know, hopefully so. But as I was saying before when we did the tier list, performance are so bad that they do not allow you to enjoy and experience all the other aspects of the game design that are actually good. And this is not reflecting in this course. You cannot say to me that this game is an 86 out of 100, and then I cannot experience the game properly as intended by the game developer, because I'm sure you can bet your money on that. The fact that the game developers for this game didn't want the game to run bad, and probably they wanted the game to be experienced at higher frame rates without the very obvious stuttering that the game has when it loads stuff when you go from one area to another, which is a problem that also was present in the first game. I don't know why they didn't fix it. I don't want to get too much into the details of why they did what they did, the engine they used, whatever they did. I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I really don't know what they did. But the fact that there was a big problem in the first game that they didn't address in the second game is kind of, I don't know, worrying somehow. Anyhow, this game is gonna sell a lot. People are gonna play the game even though it runs like crap, and the perception of performance will be altered once again, which is bad. And in turn will make developers not care about performance optimization. This 86, this damn 86 will make developers and publishers not care about performance optimization, which is freaking bad, guys. And it will be worse the more we go on, we go further into the generation. If we are talking about console gaming, the further we get into the generation, the worse this will get. This is a warning. Let me take a sip here because I'm talking too much. This is bad, guys. This is not a trend that we want to endorse. We need to stop this from happening, and the only way that we can manage to do so is not buying these games. So my suggestion to all of you would be, if you see a game that has bad performance, even though it has high scores, just don't buy the game. Wait for it. Wait for the performance to be fixed. What do you have to lose? There's something that needs to be addressed also about the gaming community. The FOMO of playing the game day one has to stop, guys. Why do you need to play a game day one? What's the urgency? There are so many freaking games. I have a backlog that is so big that I'm not sure I'm gonna go through it ever. Why do you need to play a game as soon as they come available, right? I would say in some kind of games it's important. For example, like especially for competitive games, because you lose the edge if you want to be competitive. If you like, I don't know, if you don't buy the game day one and you get into the game like a month later, of course you're gonna be at a disadvantage against the other players. But that's just for people that are serious about competing in competitive games. But in single player experiences like that, you can experience these games whenever you want. They're gonna be there. They're not gonna change over time. Or yeah, they are gonna change for the better. Because if nobody buys them day one, they're gonna be patched. They're gonna be fixed. And next time, when Star Wars Jedi, whatever, the third one comes out, companies like decide release dates based on when they need to like get their return on investment, right? So next time, if they want to get that money, when they want to get the money, they won't release a game that is not working. They will push performance optimization on their developers, probably even higher than other stuff. All right? So, probably this 86 is also due to the fact that it is a Star Wars game, which is like a big IP. Everybody loves it, whatever. People are willing to go past some of the issues because they love the game, they love the characters, they love whatever, the fancy of being a Jedi and stuff like that. But I think this is a bad practice. We don't need media outlets saying, like, recommending a game. 90% of the critics recommend buying this game. This is bad. This is freaking bad. You don't have to do this. You have to say, wait for it to get fixed and then buy it. Fortunately enough, if you buy this on Steam, you can get a refund. If you try on your PC, it doesn't work very that's you can get a refund, right? But that's not the case on every platform, you know. So I think, like video game reviewers, especially big ones, big media outlets ones, are doing a freaking bad job at this, like, scoring thing. Of course, all of this is a business. There, even review scores. Review scores should be a guide for, like, gamers to spend their money correctly, but it's actually not that. It's just publicity for games, right? Either being it bad or good publicity. It's just advertisement for gamers nowadays. So what I would suggest to do is never trust these critics, right? Probably, like, listen to your favorite content creator, somebody that has probably the same tastes that you have in gaming, and watch some videos yourself, some gameplay video. Don't ever pre-order games right now, and don't ever pre-order games. Do it just when you are able to try the game beforehand and you'll already like it. That's the only like a scenario in which I would suggest to pre-order a game. It's just a game that maybe you played a beta or something and you really like the game, then go ahead and pre-order it, whatever. But if you have not been able to do that, just wait a little bit, see other players playing the game, see what they think about it, see for yourself how the performance are and stuff like that. It's difficult to see performance on a screen, on a stream or on a YouTube video. I'm aware of that, but you know, just try to like formulate your own idea about a game before spending your money on it, because how we spend our hard-earned money on these games will tell developers and publisher how they will what they will prioritize when they create these games, right? And I'm very tired of seeing unoptimized games that run like shit and like rely on IP notoriety or I don't know, marketing to be sold to everybody. So this is bad. This is fucking bad. Don't buy Jedi Survivor, guys. Don't buy it. Just wait. When the games get better, when games runs like it should, when it doesn't have starters anymore, when you can run reasonably well, like in a way that like reflects the visual fidelity of the game. Wait for that. Just wait. Buy it then. I will do so. I will do so. I will not buy this game. I also have like a pretty old PC, so I need to upgrade, because I went even thinking about like running this game properly, even when or if we'll get fixed. But you know, don't buy it. Just don't bother buy games that run like crap, and don't settle for 30 frames per second or even worse. Don't ever settle for that. It's not acceptable. 30 frames per second. It's not acceptable performance for any kind of game. It's really bad on input latency. It's really bad on responsiveness. It's really bad even on your like ability to see stuff on screen and react to that. Don't even bother, man. Don't even bother.